qui va venir plus tard.
I'll be more quiet.
No, my grandfather.
Mais est-ce que ça, c'est que pour cette salle-là?
Ah, ça, moi non plus, je sais pas ce que le mot veut dire, mais c'est la création.
Animo un poco la sala. Sí, nos falta Fernando Ruiz. Ah, usted es Fernando, ya me decía que hablaba usted muy bien español para decirlo. Gracias.
Bueno, disculpen por la mala escritura. Algunas de esas producciones que hacen es sport.
Tenemos la misión de puedo pasar la PowerPoint. En todo caso está en PDF.
Hi guys.
Oh,
It's downloaded. La spontanéité.
No, pero ya la pasamos.
Sí, porque para ganar
Sí, pero no, sí, ya.
sí, es que yo no sería capaz de
on the laptop? You are safe?
No, luminoso.
Luminoso? Luminoso.
No? Internet. We're trying to download the presentation.
It's the one that I sent to my. Have you downloaded it?
Can you download it?
Ah oui, oui, oui.
Philippe Aubert.
Ça peut pas être basé, ça. Oui, c'est ça.
Don't close it. Wait.
I didn't. But I failed. I can't hear you at all.
Ouais, non, mais on pourrait ensuite avoir le pointage, puis celle où on a le plus de points, c'est que celle où on a pas si j'ai déjà ça, on la choisir.
Sí, todo está mal porque yo creo que fue el Word se lo corrigió y cuando lo escribí dije, extraño. Voy a tratar porque no sé si tengo el... Ah, ya.
Por todas partes estamos. Y yo lo escribí, pero pensé que era este nombre un poco creativo. Pero te sirvió ahora para allá.
Un instant, voir les instructions par rapport à un juge, il n'y a pas qu'un juge, donc je ne sais pas si on commence, mais je pense qu'on va commencer quand même. Mais on attend qu'il passe.
It doesn't work.
question is that?
Tal vez alguno de los equipos lo sientan, tengo una, pero no pero esperamos al jurado o ustedes me pueden explicar después allá de los compañeros.
Pues es $10. $10. It's a service fee.
Tina, can you let me your USB?
It's my USB. First round on you. For $10. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
The timekeeper is here.
Okay,
Yeah, the timekeeper is here. And then the color paper that I put in the room where
I think it's right there.
oh,
What's on that? What's on the USB?
I have to check.
so 5 minutes left, 2 minutes, 1 minute.
Si vous voulez le café, il y a la
So that is Bruner.
Maintenant, on a les changements.
Okay. That is right.
Okay, good morning to all of you. Welcome to the semi-final of the Social Business Creation competition. There will be five teams there. My name is Veronica Zuniga. I will be your host this morning. Each team has 15 minutes for the presentation to do their pitch, and after that we have 10 minutes for the period question for the judge. Listening close your cell phone, turn off your cell phone, and if you want to go out, wait after the presentation to go out. We start with the first team. El negro está de moda. The team El negro está de moda comes from Colombia. They seek to tackle discrimination against the black. I remember you, 15 minutes. The timekeeper are there. And you will have finished. Good luck. Start there.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Mabel Gonzalez, and this is my sister and co-founder of El Negro Está de Moda, Andrea Gonzalez. We want to start by telling you a little bit about us so that you can understand why we're here and why we are doing what we are doing. We try to select some words just to show you what have we done so far. My sister lives in Colombia, I live here in Montreal. We've been separated for the last 10-15 years, doing different things, studying different areas, traveling, and being exposed to different kind of experiences that have changed strongly the way we think today and we see today concepts like history, like displacement, like gender, like race. A year ago, my sister came to visit me here to Montreal, and we started talking about the possibility to develop a project together. We wanted to do something, but we weren't sure about what. After many hours of discussion, we realized that we've been working to achieve two main words, or two words that we consider essential today when we speak about social and economic challenges: equality and diversity. Equally important in that discussion was our perception of Bogota. Every time that we went to see our parents and families, we had the opportunity to see how the city was changing due to mainly the internal conflict that Colombia has been facing for the last 50 years. So we said, okay, this is something, there are many things that can be done. Let us see how and when can we start. And that's how El Negro Está de Moda was born, as a campaign to promote equality and to fight racial discrimination in Colombia. Why? Because Colombia, after the USA and Brazil, is the third country in the Americas region with the largest number of Afro-Colombians. We're speaking about 10% of the population. We didn't know that until the day we found it out. As in many other countries, Black people are often and openly discriminated. In fact, around 60%, some say that around 80% of Afro-Colombians are poor, and almost a quarter of them live in misery and exclusion. Something we didn't know until then. During the past 50 years, as I mentioned, and due to the internal conflict and the work with the guerrilla, 40% at least of them has been forced to immigrate and to leave their land and go to the main cities like Bogota, Cali, and Medellin. Of course, more than half of them are women. Girls and women are the most affected, as usual, by violence and discrimination. This is just one quote that we found from Luz Marina Becerra, who is Afro-Colombian and who founded the National Association of Displaced Afro-Colombians, and has an organization that is partner of El Negro Está de Moda today. She mentioned, and she said that when they left their land forced by the guerrilla and they had to arrive in Bogota, they thought the war was over. But then when they arrived, they realized that it was the beginning of another war. The war of racial discrimination, the war of gender discrimination, and the war of class discrimination. In Colombia, being Black, women, and displaced is kind of the worst thing ever. So we knew that we were facing a huge problem, and we were surprised by the degree of ignorance from us and from our families and friends. We knew that we were two, and this problem was enormous, it was huge, so that we couldn't solve it just the two of us. But we had a lot of contacts. We have been working with different kind of public and private organizations, and I was here and my sister was there, and we had a set of skills and a set of knowledge that could be used to do something. So we started by saying, what can we here, not them, not the Black communities, but from here, from Bogota, from Montreal, can we do? And that's how some ideas came out to our minds, and we started working in one particular one.
Well, as my sister said, we started to discuss about it. We started to think about what the people, what happened with the people, with the Black people, that we didn't know about these numbers and that information, and something happened to us when we discovered that big situation. So something that we found after the long research and after many hours to discuss was that the word, when we talk to each other, and the words had a power, yeah? And the way how you talk to another person, different person, that you build a model about that person. So in this case, build a model about the Black people, how you use the word Black. And we didn't know about it. We found it when we started talking together, and we found that we have many expressions that for decades we have used it in a wrong way, but we didn't know, and the people didn't know neither. And we made an exercise, and we want that we want to test it with you and make the exercise with you too. So for example, for you, Fernando, what do you think when you hear the concept blacklist?
Well, it's a negative connotation for sure, no?
Okay, and for you, what is about black sheep? Or, yeah.
Rejection.
Okay, and the black market, for example?
It's marginalized, it's something else, it's not core.
Okay, thank you. So you associate it with a negative way like us, and we want to prototype it too. And we want to test it with the black communities in Colombia. We went to Cartagena, that's a city in the Caribbean coast, and we asked them about what they think about the same expressions, and they thought the same negative way, but they didn't feel good. When they realized it, they really don't feel comfortable. They didn't feel comfortable. They feel bad, and they feel less than us. How is the real situation for them, no? So start everything about the way that we use just a simple word, but that's the word for them, and we use it in that wrong way. So we prototyped with another friends, families, and we found that all of us, we have the same negative meaning. So we want to know more about the black communities because we didn't know either about the culture. So we made some travels, some trips to the Pacific coast and the Caribbean coast, and we found a beautiful culture, beautiful people, amazing food, amazing traditions. Everything is full of history, and we didn't know that. And that shocked us a little bit when we came back to Bogota and we saw the Afro-Colombian people in Bogota displaced in another place, like ignore them. And that was the two different ways that we want to put it together in our campaign. So our goal was to transform the negative symbolized associated with the term, with the word black, and raise awareness that we founded over there about the great contribution of black communities to the development of the country and the richness of their culture, our culture. So we start to make some message and use our social medias in Facebook, in Twitter. We started in January, and we thought that we start to make a community, a big community that some concept and some ambassadors, yeah, when we have ambassadors and partners, we start to make partners and start to make a marketing like this one to spread the message. Yeah, so we start to have producer content about what we were reaching about the black culture, and so this one is, for example, the black list about the women and men have inspired us. And another examples that the newspaper in Medellin that talk about us and the power of word. And another guy that is an entrepreneur, that versus a successful entrepreneur, Samuel Azul, that he was support our idea. And the other one that is a new movie that is using the same concept about the black list for them actors.
So we started really, our idea wasn't to become a social entrepreneur to do money out of this. We wanted just to do something and start by doing something small. And we saw that people were asking questions and wanted to work with us and were telling what we can do, how we can do more. So we started also to asking ourselves if this was enough. And as we were working on that, we were also creating partnerships with local organizations, black communities, and identifying that there were a lot of other needs and that we could also do something, again, by building alliances between public and private organizations to help them. So we started working in a pilot project with AFRODES, this National Association of Displaced People, who works with 1,000 women that have been displaced. And since then, our way to finance our activities was based on merchandising. So we were doing these t-shirts and people were buying them for a higher price so that we can produce content. We were doing books and people were buying them, etc., just to finance the strategy in social media. But when we saw that, we decided to create, it's a very recent idea, it's still an idea, the first Colombian black market. to promote and to help social and cultural entrepreneurs from Black communities to become sustainable and to advance socially and economically one day without our help. So our goal at this moment is we continue doing the campaign, but at the same time we want to help Black and social entrepreneurs by giving them tools and by giving them knowledge and by connecting them with public and private institutions. How do we work and what do we want to do with this Colombian Black market? For 2017, we want to have at least 10 producers that are already doing things, because there are different kind of levels of development when you go and talk to them. So they are already good. We have found amazing people working, but they're working in the Pacific coast. They have no access to Bogota, no access to Canada. So we want to work with 10 of them, and we want to train them, and offer them different kind of services like legal services, administrative services. We want to help them developing a more innovative offer, so improve their products and services so that they can reach local market and international market. We want to help them building their brand. They don't have a website, they don't have a phone number, they don't have, some of them don't have anything. So we want to be and work as a bridge between them and between the public and private institutions that can support them for them. In some of the cases, we hope also to even become partners of their businesses so that we can also invest money or find investors for them, and then can make sure that their businesses can grow up in a more sustainable way. How are we going to finance these first 10, this pilot with these first 10 producers? We want to charge for a membership or a flat fee per services to them. Remember that we are not speaking about entrepreneurs that are just starting. They are already selling in a very limited amount, but they do have and are making some resources. So we want to charge them something, because we believe that this costs money and time, and for them it's also important to pay for them so that they can feel part of this. With the membership, we want to create community with them, so we want to be able to, even in some cases, take decisions collectively so that they can feel part of it, and especially generate trust, because that's one of the main challenges that we have found so far, is to make sure and to make them understand that we are there to help because we want, and not because we want to promote some kind of assistentialism or anything like that. So we are equal, we are partners, and we want to do the best for them and for us. As they start increasing their revenues, we will hope that they will be able to pay us a percentage of the revenue so that we can finance other producers, and that we can increase the number of entrepreneurs, of producers that are going to be helped by the Black market. The Black market is an online platform, so that people that are there are able to show, and we are able to give visibility to them. And one of the main ideas behind that is also to select those that are going to help us to achieve our first goal, which is to show people the richness of the Black culture. So our selection of projects is going to be based on that, on how these producers are going to be able to present and to show the world their history, and in that way to work in a more stable and sustainable integration between Black communities and local communities. These are the two ways we are financing now. And just to end, we believe in this project. We don't want to give up. We are not going to make it alone. We can make some things alone, but we are here to ask for your support. In many ways you can help us. Just sharing the message is very important to us. And join the movement, of course. This is our dream somehow. It's just an idea of where we want to go, because this problem doesn't affect only Colombia. It affects all of us, and it doesn't affect only Black people. It affects all of us that are different from the other ones. So just it's never too late to give up your prejudices or ours. And diversity is great. We really believe that we need to see diversity in a very different way, and that we need to see how good it is for us and for our societies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It's now the time for the judges' questions. We have 10 minutes. Who wants to start?
Well, I would like to start. Thank you for your presentation. I would like to know a little bit more about if you have any competitors in this particular. Are there any competitors right there? If you are aiming a particular area in Colombia, you have said it's an online platform. If you are aiming a particular area, and if you have had, for one, some feedback from your clients so far.
Okay. So first one, competitors, we did the exercise and we are still doing it. So far we haven't found any project that works. There are many projects working to support Black entrepreneurs or to support Black communities since long ago, mainly by international agencies and international cooperation. We haven't found any project, maybe just one initiative that is still going on in the process of development, working with mestizos to better understand the culture, or to work in that kind of discrimination issue. And that's why we decided to work and to concentrate on this area. No, we work in partnership with Black communities, but our messages are directed to people like you and like us, because we believe that if we don't change the way we see them, no matter what you do over there, we're gonna still regret, discriminate that or ignore it or whatever. So no competitors so far. On the contrary, many people that have said that they are interested in making partnerships and helping us, like international agencies and so on. It's too soon to have results, but we are in conversations. We are, since we are in Bogota,
we have the 10 first producers. We founded in Cali, in Valle del Cauca. That is a part of the country that have a lot of Black communities. And we went to the Petronia. That was a very huge festival from the Pacific people, for the Pacific culture. So we selected from them. They already had the resources to be in a festival. So they know how it works, but they don't know how to make the connections and the relationship. So
and how to get to the market
them.
in Bogota. Yeah. So since we are in Bogota, the first idea would be to help them go to the market and then probably here, no? If everything goes well. The third question, Fernando.
The feedback from your clients is positive.
Yeah, it is positive, but there are people, not everyone always agree. One of the things that some people say, like, why are you doing that if you're not Black? That's one of the questions that come all over again. So we are doing it because we care about people.
Yeah, but it's one of our differences. And I'm going to answer the both of the competitions, like the because we don't need to be Black to do this project. And they surprise when we are talking with them about the Black project to the Black people, and they say, why you want to help me if you are not Black? So that's the difference, and they don't know, but when they understand, they really like it. They feel different, they feel that someone different than them try to feel what they are feeling. So it's very positive, the answer for them. Yeah.
But the trust and the building of trust is a key element, and it's something that we need to work on every single day and every time we talk to them.
Could you tell us a little bit more about how you will be measuring impact of your organization, or how you did measure? I guess you started.
So far, what we've done has been mostly related to the communication strategy. So we have used Google Analytics and things like that to be able to show some numbers. We've been speaking with people, interviewing people to try to collect testimonies about how they feel, why they share the contact or not. So it's been very informal in that sense. But as I said, we are not working alone. Our idea is to build a team that can design a system of monitoring and evaluation that takes into account all the indicators that we need to take into account socially, economically, and with this pilot that we're going to start doing with these 10 producers, we need to have that system. So at this moment we have the advice of one organization in Bogota who is expert in this. I have studied and done and design these kind of systems for other kind of projects. So I do have some basic knowledge, but that's one of the key elements for us, no, to be able to have that in place.
How much do you expect these 10 businesses bring back?
Bringing back
Yeah. You said
money?
you
Yes, I know. Once
established-
they start,
Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah.
expect at the end of this first experiment to be
And-
back to you?
To be honest, we don't expect to make much, a lot of money with these 10 first units, but we believe that they are good. So we know there is a potential. We want to be able with this 10 with this pilot to show that the project works, to show that we can work together with them, to cover the expenses, because we've been already financing from our.
Are they engaged to give a percentage
So
back?
far, yes, so
Yes.
far, yes.
So
And
what's-
we've been speaking about 10, 15% in
Yeah.
some cases, depending on the
Depending
degree
of
of
the-
level of development.
companies, yeah.
20% in some cases when we want to partner with them, because in some of them are very good but don't have the money. So if we partner, we could speak maybe about 40% in some of the cases. So depending on that, we know that with some of them it's going to be better, but they are open to do it and to pay, which surprised us, because we thought that we were going to have to finance and to just found other sources of revenue.
So all of them signed.
Not some
No,
of them.
yeah,
We are in
but-
conversations.
No yet, but yeah, we are in the conversation. No yet, they decided, but they are ready to start with us. So they trust on us and they want to do it.
It's not the fee and the membership is not gonna be that high at the beginning, but they wanna pay because I guess they know and understand that there are some needs, and that if they they are not able to have, for instance, a website, they will never reach the market in Bogota.
And they understand that they need it, but they don't know how to do it. And they know that it's a potential tool, the website, but they don't know how to do it. You know, so they know that they need us. So they are able
So now
to
we're
do
working with a lawyer to see how much it costs, and with an accountant to know how much it costs, and to be able to build the different packages, service
Depends
packages
on
that we're gonna
necessities.
offer them.
We have the time for one more question.
For me.
Judge.
It's okay?
So
Let's finish. Thank you very much.
Is
Yeah.
anyone from
Yeah.
Portugal?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Are you gonna join the movement? We need you guys. We need you.
Okay, it's okay.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The other presentation is in the other room. Wait a minute.
¿Necesitan la USB?
Ah, no, ya nos pasaron. Gracias.
Tina, I will ask for you for our presentation when we go back next week.
It's okay for you. You want some water glass or
No.